Gemini and Taurus sexual and intimacy compatibility. Taurus is a sensual earth sign with a deep need for physical touch and the joy of all senses of the body. Gemini needs intellectual stimulation and doesn't care that much about spending time in someone's arms. It is not as if they don't have the need to be touched, we all do, but they have to know they are loved and accepted in so many different ways, and touch is just one of them. After all, they are one of the air signs, and in their world thoughts have to be preoccupied, while strong communication is something that gives the possibility of a good sexual life. While Taurus could stay at home, in bed, all day long, cuddling with their sweetheart and ordering food, Gemini would like to get out and be intimate at all not so intimate places. Their sex life could become the source of most of their problems, as soon as Gemini gets bored or Taurus annoyed by the lack of emotional essence. Gemini and Taurus trust. Trust can be a real issue with this couple. Gemini is not all that trustworthy when someone tries to tie them down. Taurus, in most cases, lives for the day when they will be tied down with someone simultaneously. If they don't start their relationship on a clear and truthful foundation, where the first thing they learn about each other would be the level of commitment each of them wants, a true problem with trust will easily arise. Gemini partner will start thinking of excuses to get out of any obligation imposed on them by Taurus, only to avoid hurting their feelings. In response, Taurus will sense something is wrong and start obsessing about their partner's behavior and the things they say. This can come to the point of absolute distrust between them, especially if Taurus gets really angry and vindictive in their usual passive and stubborn manner. Gemini's intentions are often misinterpreted here, and this can lead to a number of following situations that will hurt them both. It is very important for them to discuss into detail what they both wish for while their relationship grows. This way, they could prevent misunderstanding that could lead to an unrepairable lack of trust. Gemini and Taurus communication and intellect. Taurus is a sign that precedes Gemini. In the astrological sense, this tells us that the sign of Gemini wouldn't exist if Taurus wasn't there. Basically, this means that Gemini partner wouldn't do much if their physical needs weren't taken care of. This is where their relationship has a strong connection, for Gemini partner might need someone like Taurus to take care of their body and its needs. It is very easy for an air sign such as Gemini to forget to have lunch or sleep for a couple of hours per night. There are so many interesting things in the world that they just don't want to miss. Taurus partner could cook a healthy meal, take care of their finances, and insist on a daily schedule that would give their Gemini a good energetic base to invest in their ideas. In general, their interests are not that similar, but they can find a way to communicate, for none of them lacks gentleness and a way with words. If Gemini partner decides to slow down a little bit and Taurus opens up, they could even find out it is possible for them to have fun together. After all, they are ruled by Venus and Mercury, two inner planets that are, when combined, in charge of fun, sweet talk, and the art of conversation. Gemini and Taurus emotions. It is not very likely they will share their emotions with ease and enjoy each other the way they might with some other zodiac representatives. Still, there is a gentle side to Taurus that can melt down even the coldest of hearts. In most cases, their best chance of a loving relationship is in the love Taurus feels. We wouldn't say that Gemini is insensitive or unemotional, but they certainly have different approach to their emotional nature than the earth sign of Taurus, that exalts the moon. When Taurus falls in love with a Gemini, they will do anything to understand their nature. There is nothing that a gentle nature of Taurus can't understand, however different from their personal primal character it might be. When their Gemini feels this deep and stable understanding, they could respond in a warm and childish way, learning that they can be free even when in love with someone like Taurus. Gemini and Taurus values. While Taurus values the earth, the material world, their emotions, and what is stable in their life, Gemini values the universe, the world of ideas, their rational mind and change. This is where their differences in element natures strongly diverge. They should really try hard to accept the true value of both their worlds in order to work out their differences. Gemini and Taurus shared activities. They could find activities to enjoy together, but not at the same pace. Gemini likes things fast, while exciting, and Taurus would like to examine everything from the beginning to the end, set the value on each activity and thoroughly decide if they would want to repeat it or not. This will drive their Gemini crazy. It is best for both of them to walk a lot, for this can keep Gemini grounded, while Taurus always needs movement not to end up in a static, inert, horizontal state. They could connect their passionate natures through some kind of art, especially if they managed to find a way to create something together. With Gemini's ideas and Taurus' practical sense, combined with the need for beauty, this should be a true work of art. Summary: the relationship between Taurus and Gemini doesn't give much promise to begin with. Still, the fixed quality of the sign of Taurus can give them enough endurance and persistence to last in their intent to be with a Gemini, long enough for them to really get to know each other well. Although their chances to reconcile their differences are slim, if Taurus partner puts their whole heart into it, they might manage to become the most relevant part of their Gemini's life as their base and their reliability in everything they do. In case they accept each other completely, Taurus will give Gemini their connection to planet Earth, to their body and their daily routine, giving them the base for health and normal functioning. In return, Gemini will give their Taurus wings and, better yet, teach them how to fly.